our children. For our children and our children's children, we are called as keepers of the earth. Thank you.
Testing. Can you hear me all right with this one? Oh, good. This is time for all ages. Do we have some young people who'd like to come forward and help me? Please, help me. Okay? Okay, this is so good. I think you might, yeah, great. But listen to me. We're going scuba diving today. Okay? And this is all my scuba diving gear. So let's go see what's in here, okay? Come on, help me out. I don't know what's in there. Open it up.
This was your scuba diving gear.
Ah, okay, open this up
These
part.
are the goggles.
Yeah, okay, bring them out. Open this part right here.
The pencils.
Yeah,
I got the pencils.
okay, that's good, yeah.
These are the flippers.
Flippers, yeah.
These are some more goggles. I got the papers.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
guessing this is what you wear on your body to keep the water from turning it into a fish.
Pretty good.
It's like something you
Oh, yes, yeah, let me see that. Yeah, that's good.
Coral.
Coral, yeah, we're going to talk about coral. We'll pass these around.
What's this?
Don't know.
How do you get it?
Okay, time out. Get down here. There's another zipper.
Oh, how many zippers?
There's the most zippers on earth.
Zippers.
That's beautiful stuff.
Got the snorkel. Oh, the zippers.
A snorkel.
This is why I don't have zippers.
Okay, here we go. I stole the zippers.
You stole all the zippers.
Oh, I did. That's cool. How do
would you steal?
you get in here, anyways? Well, I'm glad we're doing this now before Oh, I know how we did it. Oh boy.
I don't know.
Okay.
This is the basement.
No, this is a hood. Keep your head
That's
in.
where you what? Oh, what? That's the one.
How cold is it underwater, Mark?
This is the
Oh,
breathing machine.
no, not
Breathing
quite.
machine.
No, this is here, stand up and put this on.
This is the breathing machine.
Parker, put this on, please.
Okay.
Good. Okay. Good. Okay, this is called a buoyancy compensator. When we wear our wetsuits to stay warm, water goes into that wetsuit, and then your body heats that water up, and then you're insulated. But the wetsuits, they have air bubbles, okay, for insulation. And as we go under, the air bubbles shrink, and so it loses buoyancy. So we have weights. Did anybody find the weights in here?
What's buoyancy, Mark?
Oh, that's a great question, Adam. Buoyancy is when you float.
Oh, yeah, that's means you float.
I have.
So okay.
Is there currency also?
What was that?
Currency as well as buoyancy?
Oh no, I don't think there's a growing season.
I don't know about that, but anyway, so we have this buoyancy
Swimming.
So when we put the wetsuit on, then we have to take weights to compensate for the buoyancy of the wetsuit at the surface. And as we go down, we lose that buoyancy because the air bubbles in the suit shrink. So then we have to use this to put air back in to make us neutrally buoyant. The goal of being a scuba diver is to be perfectly neutral buoyant, which means we're floating absolutely still. And the best way...
Freedom.
Well, yes.
Where you can go wherever you want.
Okay, so let me show...
Take this off.
Yeah, take that off. Let's go ahead and change it. Well, let me change the slide here. And okay, this is a picture of a cool fish. This is a juvenile fish. When we'll get a little later in the talk, we'll talk about this is a protective coloration or protective patterning. This fish, as it grows older, loses that big fin. So I think basically the small fish is made to look big to avoid predators. Okay? So at this point, we're going to sing the kids out and go to their classes. Okay?
Bye, fish.
What was that? How deep have I been? I went in the submarine down to 1,800 feet.
Am I able to ask you to show me the fish pictures when I come back?
I could do that. And one more, oh, I have this thing here. Ooh. Yeah, you got.
I was looking for snakes, not fish.
I'm sorry, we are doing it. Okay, I'll get there. Okay, yeah, so we have to sing you out of here now, guys, I'm sorry. Okay. You should, oh yeah, but, by the way, this is my first time doing a service, so we are a little unscripted. Good. Okay, thank you. Can you hear me all right? Good. So we are going diving, and we're going to go. We'll get all this mess on us. We're on top of the water. We're hot as we can possibly be, and we finally get to jump in the water. It goes from noisy to quiet, from hot to cool, and we're just energized to finally get underwater. So we're going to talk today about what we might see there. And this our friendly little fish was on our, on the wave and all that. And it's a spade fish. I like the fact that it's not perfect. This little thing, this is a little boo-boo. But I'll be kind of all that way. We all got our nicks and scratches. So, this fish, they probably lives pretty much by itself most of the time. This is a lizard fish. You can tell a lot about what a fish eats by the shape of its mouth. This one's got a pretty big mouth. It's got teeth there. And this fish sits on the bottom. It doesn't swim. It just sits there. So these are belted sandfish. This is at Radio Island. A lot of these pictures are, from the Caribbean and places, but this is Radio Island. That's a colonial tunicate, the yellow part, and then a bit of a sea urchin right there, spines. Now these fish are hanging out. And sometimes you say, well, what are those fish thinking? Because you do that, and it's only natural. They're best friends, right? They got to be good friends. Maybe it's a husband. We don't know about that. But again, they're really not actively swimming around. And then we'll get into assemblies. These are blue-striped grunts. And they're just, 20, 30, 40 fish that are all together most of the time, and they're swimming, but they're not swimming slowly. It's not like they're pursuing prey or trying to avoid a predator or something. They're just hanging out. I don't know what they eat, truthfully. And that's one of the things, as we go and try to learn about the ocean, it's so complicated maybe I know what kind of fish it is, but I don't know how old it is. I don't know what it does at night. I don't know what's its ranges, stuff like that. Now these are round scale. This is taken offshore here. This is what would make up what we call a bait ball. These fish are in constant motion. And to avoid predators, they are moving as one, and they will go flash and move like this, and there's so many of them. And these are going to be planktonic feeders. Anytime you have all those fish, they can't just selectively go into, to eat another fish. But outside that bait ball, you're going to have king mackerel, Spanish mackerel just going around those fish. And these are juveniles. And they're just this chaotic little assemblage of fish. It's kind of cool. They're tomtates and they're vermilion snappers. We use artificial light to highlight the vermilions. Otherwise, they would look just about exactly the same. But it was kind of a cool little, I was diving with a fellow from Norway, and he said, oh yeah, look what happens when you shine your light. But they're just hanging out, but it's a more chaotic type of thing. And now, what else is down there besides fish? And coral is down there. And I've got some coral. Penny's got some coral somewhere.
Where did you take this picture?
That's a great question. Yeah, I mean, some of this, this would be the shallowest coral, and it would be really almost coming to the surface. This is elkhorn, yeah. And this is staghorn. Those are two of the predominant types. And this is a damselfish. The staghorn creates such a beautifully complex environment. All kinds of stuff are hiding in these things. Now, both of these corals have diminished greatly over my course of diving for 50 years. And it's for a variety of reasons. I mean, development, coral, heating waters, just the way we are. But
These are shallow.
these are a little deeper than that. These would go from 20 to 80 feet, probably. When we're diving, we're limited in terms of how long we can stay on the water because of nitrogen that our blood, we take up in the blood. So at 60 feet, we can stay 60 minutes, basically. At 100 feet, you have 20 minutes. If you go 20 feet, you can stay forever, basically. And then we use a different, instead of breathing air, which is 21% oxygen, sometimes we breathe what they call nitrox, where we go up to 30% oxygen and reducing the amount of nitrogen. We can stay longer with that. And to figure this stuff out, we have a computer that integrates our depth and time automatically up and down. So that saves a tremendous amount of time underwater. And we dive with 80 cubic feet of air tank. And we can generally, at 60 feet, we could get a good hour out of that. And it's always helpful to have a buddy who doesn't breathe like my wife. Penny is very safe for me because there's always a supply of oxygen air around. And these are just some beautiful corals from Fiji. This is just, we've never seen corals this big or this vibrant and this healthy, but it was in a place with a lot of current, which is, they're all eating. The corals, all the other things are eating what's in the plankton, those little microscopic plants and animals that are there. And we'll see, this is a brain coral, a gorgeous specimen. This probably 200 or 300 years old.
Is that Penny?
That's Miss Penny, yes. I have this wonderful scuba model I dive with. And a perfect calf definition is very helpful. And it's always nice when she can exhale the bubbles when I'm taking a picture. It's always, it's nice that way. These are polyps of soft coral, but what comes out of the coral, these little polyps, they feed at night, and they have really stinging cells, so they're going to be stinging the zooplankton they find. And if you would take your hand, they would all retract into there. But that's how they're set up. These are sea fans. You can tell that is perfectly positioned to just filter water the way it's designed. And this is a sponge with a beautiful spongy lobster in it. But the sponge as well, the water's coming and going through the sponge. They're taking the nutrition out of that. What we like about diving, somehow I was supposed to build a life lesson here. I don't know if I quite did it, but what we like about diving is the fact that we are in a three-dimensional space, and we have the ability to be suspended in that space. And you can see these are sponges here, soft corals here, soft corals here, and the ability to, really, just in a canyon, Penny's there just absolutely exploring. So it's like we could just float up and change, do the lights and stuff and clean the windows. It's such a freeing feeling. And, on land, maybe we weigh 170 pounds, but then I got another 50 pounds of gear on myself, and I'm clumsy as I can be, but now I can float like a feather. And when we're in that environment, these are ballyhoo. They are in the top foot of water. And so we do a lot of fish censusing. So it's up to us to look up, keep looking around, and not get tunnel vision, so to speak. But and you can tell that these, with that sharp little needle there, we'd be picking out little pieces of zooplankton with that. I'm looking up. There's the sun. To have fish over your head, it's just such a weird visual that, like they're flying above my head, but they're fish. And then we also look out. There's a whale on the left, and we're always looking out into open water. You see a lot of big fish out that way, pelagics and stuff. And it's always a joy to see a turtle. And they're just as graceful as they can possibly be. I believe it's a loggerhead. And then, fish do these cool things, like this is a peacock flounder. Penny took this picture, and 1 second later, it changed color. Just like that. And it's like, and then night diving with an octopus.
You took that?
Yeah, we took all those pictures. And then in preparation for this, I probably looked through 10,000 pictures, which was a great, it was a beautiful memory lane. And then this octopus changed, and that green was the coolest color. Yeah, and we do night dives, and it's a changed environment. Stuff comes out to eat, stuff goes to sleep, it's just a very exciting place to be. And these are just. This was diving offshore. If you see the green water, it's probably offshore, North Carolina. But this little fish is like a permit, lives with this jellyfish. And you have these various relationships. If they're symbiotic or if they're commensal, they're getting something. Is a jellyfish getting anything out of this? Is a fish getting little bits of food that the jellyfish might catch and that type of stuff? And this particular fish, to me, it looks scary as it can be, but if you can imagine that fish and then me coming up to it, what do I look like, all dressed in black? I look like a big turtle who eats jellyfish. And that particular fish swam away and went right to another jellyfish. So they hang out together for sure. And then this is a stingray, southern stingray, and this is a bowjack. And we see a lot of this, where he's just shadowing that stingray. I don't know if the stingray is getting anything out, but the stingray has two eyes on top of his head. It might not, I don't know. It's just a cool thing. Because the stingray is going to be chewing up, they're moving sediment, looking for stuff in the sediment. Maybe the bowjack gets something out of that. I don't know. And this is what we call a cleaning station, where these juvenile fish, the yellow fish, the fish will come and sit perfectly still, and they'll pick parasites off the fish. And the coolest picture ever is when you have a big, like a grouper, will come and open the mouth, and the fish will go swim into the mouth and even out through the gill cover. So it's a cool way of these animals living together, and this is a beautiful relationship. The little cleaners get food, and the others, get a healthier little rub. And this is at Rodeo Island. At the rocks at Rodeo Island, the snorkeling is very good, actually. And when I talked about, that first juvenile fish, this fish is like, it's like you got your kid, you get him dressed for school, and it's like, okay, you wear this outfit, and if somebody comes to get you, you got a 50-50 chance of escaping, because the fish doesn't know which way you're going to be going. and gradually, this fish is probably less than an inch long, and we see these spot-fin butterfly fish, yeah. And as it gets a little older, it kind of goes to this more traditional stuff. But we census fish at Rhode Island. 'Cause I worked at the Duke Lab, I was in charge of diving safety, and I needed dives. And in the summertime, we had an influx of tropical fish that would come in, and we would count these. We've counted as many as 100 of these on a dive, which is fascinating.
How deep are they?
This is just right on the rocks. And these are sergeant majors. They're right at the top of the rocks. That's probably a foot of water. And that's where they hang out there. This is, again, at Radio Island. So if you want to learn to dive or snorkel, you can do it at Radio Island, which is cool. And this was at Radio Island as well. This is a stone crab, and they have an external egg mass. And usually these are back in the rocks hiding. This came out, the abdomen was pulsating, and this crab is releasing tens of thousands of larvae. And all that larvae goes into the plankton, into that. And why do you need 50,000 kids? Because there's that much predation of those young. A blue crab could have 200,000 eggs that they release. But it's a very cool thing to do. Oh, one more. And this is a Rhode Island as well. And to me, it's the happiest looking little fish. It's a seaweed bunny, and it almost looks like he's got a little garden down here. So they, sometimes you go in the water and pick up trash, but be careful because it might be somebody's home. And this is going to do it for me, and Penny's going to take over now. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun diving. Just remember, one man's trash may be another fish's treasure. Yes. Okay, so you may be able to tell that we have a passion for the ocean. Let's see if I can do this.
Go down. Maybe point it.
Oh, point it at this thing. Oh.
When did you carry it? Okay. What is it? No, you just trying to change slides? Just
Yes.
a bit down arrow.
I'm trying to go back.
No, you don't even point it.
I'm going to let Harriet do that. She's so good at it. Please, thank you, Harriet. Back one, please.
Do we go back?
No, I don't. No, I don't. This is right. This is right. This is right.
Okay, look, Penny,
Thank you for your patience.
how many do you got? Don't you?
Oh, good. Okay. So, this passion that we have for the ocean, it leads us to many questions about the future. We've been diving for 50 years and we've seen tremendous changes. We've seen stony coral disease attack those huge brain corals, those big pillar corals, and destroy them. The Caribbean is not what it used to be. Those reefs, the 4 reefs of elkhorn and staghorn, are totally gone in terms of living organisms. But the stony part that you felt in your hand, the reef, is still there. And the reef could be 3,000 miles long if you're in Australia. It could accommodate that many organisms, but it's not the same. It's not the same. So how do we address the serious challenges we face? How can we have hope for the future? Well, these are big questions. We're not going to answer them all today for sure. But Mark's photos gave you more reason to love this ocean ecosystem and maybe understand it just a wee bit better. It is 70%. 70% of your planet is underwater. So let us begin with what I consider the most serious challenge, the biggest challenge that we face. Anybody know what I'm passionate about? Climate change. Many of those corals are killed by bleaching from increased temperatures in the ocean, and that is due to climate change. It's the greatest existential threat we have ever faced, and it's not just the oceans. It's causing increased sea level rise, changes in precipitation level, saltwater intrusion, you've seen the ghost forests, increased flooding, we've seen Beaufort Front Street flooded, melting of glaciers and increased water temperatures that result in changes in species distribution and extinctions. Mark's been diving Radio Island for so many years, 25 years, and seen the tropicals come in, seen that little butterfly fish in hundreds instead of occasionally. It's a very big change. So these changes are seen on the nightly news. It's not just specific to those of us who go underwater. You know what is happening on a regular basis. And yet, we still have people pushing an agenda that says, drill, baby, drill. That's what we have to face. So, I'm doing it right.
Down arrow, the down arrow.
To do. Down arrow, I got the down arrow. Oops. On, put it on. Sorry. So, I have a few ideas, just a few ideas to share today with you of what we can and should be doing to deal with these issues. The first one is to promote and enforce sensible, science-based development along our coastlines. Did anybody watch the 16 houses fall in Buxton this fall? 16 of them. We need to participate in global collaboration on adapting to the new reality of climate change. We do not need to leave the Paris Agreement as the USA did under this administration. They're meeting right now and trying to figure out what to do, 145 nations, but not the US. We need to stop burning fossil fuels and promote renewable energy and efficiency. We do not need to open the coastline of North Carolina to offshore drilling. That is in the cards. They're working on California first, they'll be here next. So, that's not good, but these are things that we should and can do if we have the political will. Okay. I got the down arrow. There we go. You're waiting with bated breath, right? So, what we do and what we believe is that in community, we can educate and empower others to care for creation and to care for the least among us. I know many of you here have already done things. Maybe you were with me at Hands Across the Sand when we protested oil the first time. Maybe you have gone to Washington, D.C. and spoken to your senator or legislators. I know that many of you have participated in demonstrations. I saw many of you yesterday. How many, raise your hand, have participated in demonstrations anytime? Back in the 60s, that even counts. Okay, that's great. That's one way we can do this. How many of you have written a letter or made a phone call to a legislator? That's great. Look at all the hands up. How many of you have ever talked to a friend or a neighbor or a person that might not be totally convinced that we're on the right track, but they haven't quite come over yet, that we're not on the right track? Who talks to people about these issues? this is what you got to do. You got to bring it up and say, well, what do you think about walking on this beach if we had oil spill balls here? So these are the things that we can do: educate and empower. So, on a personal basis, at Hooper Family Seafood, we've been in business over 50 years. We've tried to work in the water in a sustainable fashion. We're not there to rape the environment. The first thing we've started back almost 40 years ago now was shellfish aquaculture, where we grow clams and oysters. When I went on to teach biology at the community college, I started the aquaculture tech program so young people could learn this skill and come out with a way to make a living that was sustainable for the environment. The other thing we do is value-added products. We take a nickel crab, can't even sell them actually, and turn it into a $5 bill. Those are soft shells up there, and they are selling this spring, I hope, for $5 to $6 a piece. It doesn't take many of them to do that, and that is the way that we have made a living from the water, in addition to diving. So, what about your homes? Has anybody ever installed special light bulbs that will be with you forever? Yeah. Anybody drive a car that's like a Prius or electric car? Yeah. We have things that we can do. We built our house in 1982 as a passive solar house, and we lived in it for 18 years without central heat or air. Wood stove in the sun for the heat, open the windows and let the breezes blow for the air. Plus, our Olympic-sized mud hole for the kids to swim in, which is the boat basin. Needed that for them. So, where are we going to go with this? Let me try. It's just slow. Slow mo here.
Turn it off first.
No, don't turn it off. There you, yeah.
So I can't leave you with doom and gloom. You saw how many hands went up. We're all aware of this. We're in a community that understands these issues, and we just need a little nudge every now and then. So the hope for continued action. First off, we can't give up. We can never give up. I saw Bishop Curry speak last week to the North Carolina Council of Churches in Raleigh on their 90th anniversary. And that was the main theme of his pastoral care for us. Don't quit. Don't give up. So our hope for continued action is that we must promote good science. Good science. The truth matters. You have to find if it is the truth. The problems with our earth are existential problems. That means it threatens our existence. We must learn the science behind what we're talking about. And this is a biggie. Political will. Voting matters. Political activism matters. Last fall, when we had the climate change summit here at the church and talked about positive changes that we could make, the biggest one was get people out to vote. Don't let them sit on the sidelines. It's too critical. And then the third one, because we are Unitarian Universalists, is adherence to our moral responsibility. That moral responsibility for creation care and care for the least among us matters. Working in community with others is what we can do, and we can model for others the appropriate actions to take. And that is worth more than just a few cents to do. I have one more to add to that, and I hope this came out of Mark's slides this morning. This is, the last one, of course, is our seventh principle. Okay, it wants to go off and then again. There's just one more set, or two more slides. Oh, you got the right touch. My advice is to renew and retain your own sense of wonder and pass it on to other people. Let people know what a beautiful earth we live on. We will only save what we love, and so you have to share your love with other people. This congregation and this church are a beacon of light and hope to help us get through these times. When we are in community, when we are with people who will act like we do in terms of our response to this existential threat, you do not give up. You do not quit. One more slide. Why? We do it for all the next generations, just as the song we were singing said, just as the song was singing. This is our granddaughter, Helena, in her pussy hat, driving Mark's boat. Just hold that thought. That's it. Now, this is me. Yeah. A time for meditation, a time for you to think about what we've just said, and to think about where we're going next. From Jacques Cousteau, a quote: "The sea, once it casts its spell, holds one in its net of wonder forever." I invite you into a moment of silence and meditation. Music will lead us out of meditation when it's finished. Thank you. Thank you, Megan. Now is the time in our service when we pass the plate, and each month the Social Justice Committee will select a local nonprofit to share that plate with UCF. All non-pledge contributions in the collection plate or online are split between the nonprofit and the Unitarian Coastal Fellowship. For the month of November, the recipient is the Unitarian Coastal Fellowship's holiday giving. That giving is expansive. We try to reach everybody in the community. I'm the one that gets to take the kids shopping, and we go and on a Saturday morning to Walmart and spend your money on 5 angels, 6 angels, 8 angels, whatever we can afford from the angel giving tree. And we have a ball. I don't know what the kids want. They pick it out, they bring it back here, we wrap it up, we have pizza. It's great fun. Listen to carols, sing while we're wrapping. So that's the kind of thing that where your money is going. Please join us in the blessing song with hymn 402, From You I Receive. Sing it twice through. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and for this we live. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and for this we live.
Please join me as we read our chalice distinguishing words. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together. And now in Espanol, extinguish este llama, pero en la luz de la verdad, dolor de comunidad, fuego de nuestro compromiso, nuestra luz. And we have another song to sing. I'm sorry we ran a little late today, but that's what happens when amateurs do this. And we'll go with hymn number 349, We Gather Together.
We gather together in joyful thanksgiving, reclaiming creation whose bounty we share, both sorrow and gladness we find now in our living. Sing a hymn of praise to the life that we bear. We gather together to join in the journey, confirming committed passage to be a true affirmation in joy and tribulation, one bound to human care and hope, then we are free.
As is usual in our church, we like to form something of a circle. I would like to also remind you, if you need one of these lanyards, you can make one in the back after coffee hour.
Are you?
So thank you all for coming. And moving forward, just go with a spirit of adventure and curiosity and warmth and love, and we'll be good people. Thank you. Amen.
Thanks. I'm looking forward to hearing about your trip. It looks like definitely your spot. I tell you.
It's beautiful stuff.
How long are you gonna be diving for?
We're going to be on a boat, liveaboard boat, for 7 days.
7 days on the boat. So you're going way out.
It's 60 miles south of Cuba.
So like, is the boat moving around to different reefs or?
You'll